Hello everyone, welcome to SPOTO live stream. Nice to meet you all here. Can you hear me? If yes, please type 1 in the comments and let me know, thanks. Can you hear me? Okay, I am Louis, a lab tutor that has been specializing in helping people achieve CCIE security certifications since version 4. By far, I have already helped more than 1,000 candidates get their CCIE security numbers, and I'm gonna do the same thing for you. Today, I am going to talk about how to clear CCIE security lab exam in the first attempt by analyzing the lab demos, aiming at making an overview of the exam and helping you to understand how it looks like, which will definitely make it easier for you to prepare this exam and finally increase the chance to clear it in the first attempt. Also, I will share some tips to you and they will be very helpful too. We SPOTO have been focusing on IT certification training for 20 years, so we always be your best choice. Can you hear me clearly? If yes, please type 1 in the comments and let me know. Hello, welcome new members. If there be any questions or concerns you are facing during your learning journey or in this live stream, feel free to let me know as well. I will try my best to help you. Okay, now let's move on. There are gonna be 4 sections. There are gonna be 4 sections. In the first section, we will take a quick look at Cisco certifications so that you can have a general understanding about it. Right after that, we will check some details about our CCIE Security Lab service contents. And next, I will explain Security Lab demos to you and give you some preparation tips as well. It will help you a lot, and I also believe this should be the exact part you are most interested in. Finally, in the last section, it's about question and answer part. You can let me know your questions if there be any here. And hopefully all of you can get the needed info in this live stream. Yes, we do have some candidates who could pass the exam around 1 month time. So if you get started now, you can do that too. Okay, before we start, you can join our group and ping admins to get free lab demos and other study materials. Also, you can chat with us for more info there. Okay, you can do it now. You can join our group now. Okay, if you haven't joined the group yet, you can do that later. Now let's jump right in. As you can see, Cisco's certification have 4 levels: entry, associate, professional, expert. So you can choose 1 or 2 or more according to your needs, but please concentrate on only 1 each time. And here we select the one named CCIE Security, and we will discuss more details about it. To earn CCIE security certification, you need to pass 2 exams. The first one and the second one. The qualified exam and the lab exam. The first one, which is also called the written exam, and you can see the exam code right here. It is a 120-minute exam being with around 100 questions containing multiple choice single answer, multiple choice multiple answers, drag and drop 3 types of questions. As long as you have memorized all the answers correctly, it will be very easy to pass this exam. After passing the written exam, we will get to the second one, which is named CCIE Security Version 6 Lab Exam. We will share more details about it in the lab demo section later. As you can see, it is an 8-hour hands-on exam. Okay, here are the topics related to written exam, including 6 domains: security concepts, network security, securing the cloud, content security, endpoint protection and detection, secure network access, visibility and enforcement. You can check the content details for each domain on Cisco Learning Network website. You can also download a PDF file about the complete list of SCORE exam topics there, and that will be much more convenient for you to check them all. For preparing this exam, we will provide you VCE server to practice all questions by emulating the real exam, which will make you very easy to understand and master it. Normally, 1 or 2 weeks should be enough to get all questions ready. We will also keep following the latest info about this exam and update the solution in real time to ensure that you can get well prepared for it. And the lab exam is an 8-hour hands-on exam that requires candidates to implement the following things: plan, design, deploy, operate, and optimize network security solutions in order to protect your network. And here are the topics related to lab exam as well. 5 domains in total. And domain 1 is Premier Security and Intrusion Prevention. And domain 2 is about secure connectivity and segmentation. And domain 3 is about infrastructure security. And domain 4 is about identity management, information exchange, and access control. And the last domain is about advanced threat protection and content security. Also, the first domain is about ASA firewalls and FMC, FTD. Also, next generation IPS. And finally, zone-based firewall. It's about this content deployment. And the second one is about virtual private networks. And the third one is about syslog and dynamic ARP inspection, and so on. The fourth one is about identity service engine with AAA authentication. And the last one is about advanced malware protection and web security appliance and email security appliance. Same like written exam, you can also check the content details for each domain on Cisco Learning Network website and download the file as well. And the lab exam format has been changed as well. In the last version, it was containing 3 modules: troubleshooting, diagnostic, and configuration. But now in the current version, it consists of 2 modules, design and the other one we simply name it DOO, deploy, operate, and optimize. And we simply name it DOO. Okay, design is very similar to the written exam, being with 32 questions. There will be scenarios provided in email conversation between Cisco engineer and customer on the exam. You will have 3 hours to read the resources, do some analysis, and finally answer the questions. One special attention is that you cannot go back to the previous question once you submit and move to the next one, which means you cannot re-edit the answers for previous questions. And no backward navigation is allowed. This is also the same situation in written exam. And same like written exam, we will also provide VC server for you to practice all these questions. DO is being with 24 questions in total. 5 of them are choice questions, and they are very easy stuff. You just need to select the option answers as written exam or design. And the rest 19 questions are configuration tasks. 2 of them are kind of the troubleshooting tasks in version 5. You will need to find out the wrong points and correct them in order to make the task work. To pass the exam, candidates need to score higher than the aggregated pass score of both modules and score higher than the minimum score set on each of the modules individually. You can refer to the following. 60% may be the minimum score and 80% may be the aggregated pass score. Which means 80% in average. And meanwhile, you have to meet the minimum score for each module. Okay, now we come to the Cisco certification roadmap. Apparently, it is showing you that how things will be going on and when the change will take place so that you can make a proper plan according to it. As we can see that the exam will be changed soon and the updated exam will be firstly tested on October 20, 2023. So only 3 months are left for us to pass the current exam now. It is really very limited time, but no worries. You will have enough time to get it done with our help. Just join us at the soonest. So do you have any questions about this session? If there be any, feel free to let me know. If you want to take exam in September or October, it's very possible to prepare from now, as we will share some experience to you later, and you will see some of our candidates could pass the exam in around 1 month time. So 2 months or 3 months should be enough to get it done. Okay, any questions? If no more questions, we will move to the next section. After knowing how the exam looks like, now we will take a look at the service we provide to you. As you can see in the chart, this is a 3-month service being with workbooks, videos, recs, as well as tutor support. Normally, 3 months should be enough to prepare this exam, as candidates usually finish the preparation within that time and pass the exam smoothly. Some of our candidates could even do that around 1 month, so no more hesitation. Just join us and get started immediately. And here you can see there are 2 sets for design and DOO each, which are fully covering the exam in all centers. By far, the new design show up in Beijing, Singapore, Bangalore, and Dubai, these locations, while the new DOO show up in Sydney, Bangalore, Johannesburg, St. Joe's, Mexico City, and Richardson. And Bangalore may be the most complicated location, being with 4 sceneries. Design 1 with DOO1 or DOO2, while Design 2 with DOO1 or DOO2. You will be assigned one of them randomly when taking exam there. But as we said, our materials are very powerful and all 4 sceneries can get passed. So no need to worry about that at all. Materials will be shared phase by phase. Phase 1, Phase 4, Phase 3, and Phase 4. So try your best to achieve the goal in each phase with 100% following our steps. And you can see that Phase 1 is the most difficult part, being with most configuration tasks. Once you master that, which means you can finish all these tasks around 3 hours with getting expected outputs, and then all the rest phases can be done within 2 weeks or even less. We also have created a video for each task, which will do great help to your preparation, and you can master each task easier by following that. Our practice environment is almost the same as the test room environment, which ensures the high pass rate. We have 3 types of rest with substantial quantity for you to practice. They are very good RAS because many candidates said that our RAS are better than exam RAS after they took the exam. Since materials are shared phase by phase, so the racks will be opened in phases accordingly. And normally the 152 hours will be allocated as below. 14 hours for this rack and 14 hours for this rack. And the rest are for the last rack. And flexible adjustments can also be done according to your specific situation or needs. Remember that rats are mainly for verifying the solution, not just for practice, as all tasks can be practiced through your head, and many candidates could pass the exam with using only a half of the 152 hours. So if you can understand this point very well, you can also pass the exam easily. The full rates are being with 4-hour and 8-hour sessions, and they will be opened for you once you finish phase 1 study. These two rates are for final practice before you took the exam. The minimum requirement here in practice is to complete all tasks with getting expected outputs around 3 hours and a half. And you may ask why we should finish all tasks in that time, as there should be 5 hours for the module in exam, and we will say 3 hours and a half here may be equal to the 5 hours on the exam due to the latency of rack there. As we mentioned previously, many candidates reported that our RAS are better than exam RAS. So as long as you can do that, arrange 1 or 2 sections, finish all tasks, and inform us to check everything for you. And the non-full racks are being with 2-hour and 4-hour sessions. This will be more flexible for you to arrange the time for practice. And you will start with this rack for phase 1 practice first. As mentioned before, 72 hours will be assigned to this rack by default. So take good use of them and try to master the task good enough with the hours. Before working on RAS, ensure that you have already got familiar with most tasks, not just 1 or 2. And we strongly suggest you spend more time on memorizing the solution rather than working on the rest, as that should be much more efficient. And here is the only one difference on pause between our rest and exam rest. Exam rests are being with 2 types, 5512 and 5516. And you will be assigned one of them randomly when taking the exam. On our rest, you just need to follow the info we provided and then configure it correctly. That's enough. Alright. And here is a quick look at our rest. You will only need to complete all these tasks through these 2 programs, MTPT and RDP. And it's very easy to proceed. On the exam, Cisco provides only one entrance by combining these 2 programs. And you will find it easily to configure too. About our tutor support, we will try our best to clear your doubts by answering your questions. And we will also follow your preparation progress as well as help you do some troubleshooting on the sessions if needed. What's more, we will evaluate your performance by checking your homework right on the rack before you take the exam to ensure everything is in good position. And we will also keep you posted about the latest exam info and feedback. Our final goal is to help you make an adequate preparation at last, so that you can easily pass the exam in the first attempt. Here are some guideline files indicating how to get started and how to continue the preparation until you achieve the goal. You will find more details once you get started with us. Okay, any more questions about this section? Let me know, please. Anybody have any more questions? Okay, let's move on. Now you know our lab service as well, and next I will explain the lab demos to you with some tips. And definitely it will be very helpful. This is the physical topology for layer 2 connections. If you have already know something about routing and switching technology, you can understand this content easily. It is about virtual LAN assignments under related interfaces, and it's very easy stuff. Also, you can see there are only 6 devices presenting here. 4 ASA and 2 switches. These 6 devices are physical equipment. All the others are virtual devices installed on a server running virtualization platform which is connecting to physical switch 1. But on our rest, we are using only one physical switch, switch 2, functioning as switch 1 and switch 2 for each rack. And you may ask, why make it that way? Because there is no permission for accessing switch 1 in exam, and that is the exact reason. And this is the logical topology presenting all devices. As you can see, there are 2 management networks and many other infrastructure networks. You need to know where the traffic flows lead to by analyzing the requirements for each question. Also, you will need to understand the dependencies between the tasks as well, and this is very important. In order to get familiar with the topology, you need to memorize all networks and IP address, as well as the positions of all devices matching to each task, and then familiarize yourself with the requirements and solution of each task by reading the workbook as well as watching the videos before you verify it on the racks. As mentioned before, it is only about the familiarity matter, nothing more, as you can practice all tasks in your head without rest. If you can understand this point, as long as you can do that, which means you have got familiar enough with the solution. As a result, your accuracy as well as the speed will be very good too. Finally, once again, you are required completing all tasks with getting expected outputs in 3 hours and a half. And that's the minimum requirement for you before taking the exam. And now let's look at demo 1. In this part, 4 tasks are mentioned. Task 2.1, which is belonging to domain 1 of the lab exam topic, is asking you to deploy an active standby failover between virtual ASA1 and ASA11. This is a very easy task. And then we come to task 2.3. Also belonging to domain 1 is asking you to deploy an active failover between physical ASA1 and physical ASA2 with using multiple mode deployment. And this is very easy too. After finishing those 2 tasks, we come to task 1.2. We need to deploy AnyConnect virtual private network between clients and the virtual ASA. We need to deploy AnyConnect VPN between them. Once established, traffic from sales and finance organization to their individual server will be secure respectively. And finally, it is task 4.6, and we need to deploy NetFlow on router 9 to match and collect the specific traffic and export it to Stillwatch in order to optimize the availability of the sales server by throttling the ICMP traffic generated from the sales PC. And now you can see the dependence between those tasks, and they should be configured in the correct order before you can verify them and get the correct outputs at last. After demo 1, now let's look at demo 2. It's containing 3 tasks. And this one is the same as task 2.1. It's about active and standby failover. After we finish this one, we will come to task 2.4. It's about cluster deployment on ASA3 and ASA4. Also, either channel as well as MFT technology will be applied during the implementation, and it's not a difficult task. After those 2 tasks, we come to task 1.3, which is asking you to deploy clientless SSL virtual private networks between these clients and virtual ASA. And once established, clients or marketing and engineering organization can secure securely access their own web server respectively. Okay. This is all about Demo 2. And the next one, Demo 3, is about an independent task. Task 1.4 is about side-to-side IPsec virtual private network. And you need to deploy it between FTD1 and FTD2 through FMC FTD. And couple of steps configuring on FMC FTD can get this task done. It's very easy. Okay, the next demo is including 5 tasks. The first one, task 3.1, is about AAA authentication with 31x authentication method. Once get authenticated and authorized from ISE successfully, the client needs to access the engineering server client. Finally, need to access the engineering server. So you can see the traffic is go through next generation IPS. So task 4.1 is required being done first before the traffic can be transferred to the destination successfully. And task 4.3 is about advanced malware protection content, and the AMP needs to integrate with FMC NGIPS. After that, install the AMP connector on tech PC to enable endpoint protection and scan the PC to test the function's data. And task 3.5, which is about syslog, and task 4.5 is about zone-based firewall. All these 2 tasks are being deployed on router 13. After configuring these 2 tasks, the syslog server on management PC should be able to receive debug messages from router 13 for the debugging of zone-based firewall configuration tag as this one, which is specified in the requirements. And finally, run the hping3 command on the attack simulator to generate hping3 command to on the attack simulator to generate denial of service attacks traffic and verify whether the zone-based firewall function is normal or not. Okay, this is about demo 4. And demo 5 contains 2 tasks, task 3.2 and task 4.2. Task 3.2 is about AAA authentication with MAB authentication method. It's named MAC address bypass, MAC authentication bypass. And once get authenticated and authorized from ISE successfully, the client, the contractor PC, this client needs to access the intranet server, and you can see it is one loopback interface of router 4. And once done with that task, we will come to task 4.2. Yes, our dumps are valid. Later, we will share some past reports to you. The last past report we received was on 15 this month, July 15, and you will see the past report later. Okay, let's continue. Once done with the task 3.2, we will come to the task 4.2. And we need to deploy transparent direction, which is known as Web Cache Communication Protocol on router 10. So that router 10 can finally redirect the specific traffic to web security appliance. And here we need to pay attention to one thing. It's about the rules. The rules for return packet, which should be directing to web security appliance. So obviously you need to configure task 3.2 first before we can test task 4.2, as that is the dependencies. Okay, this is about demo 5. At last, we come to the final one, demo 6. And it's containing these tasks. Task 1.5 is asking to deploy flash virtual private network using this method, virtual tunnel interface method, between router 16 and router 5, and configure L2TP protocol in order to extend the network between router 4 and switch 7, this network. And task 3.3 is about AAA authentication with 31x authentication method. Same like task 3.1, and switch 7 must be able to establish SXP, this protocol, pairing with ISE. So once get authenticated and authorized from ISE successfully, the client needs to access QAPC. This client needs to access the intranet server as well. So that's why we need to configure task 1.5 at first, as the traffic goes through these devices. And what's more, the trusted policy on ISE must be centrally managed by DNA Center and based on the traffic anomaly observed from the onboard clients. So ISE should integrate with DNA Center to meet that requirement. Okay, the final task 3.4 is about dynamic ARP inspection. The direct connection between router 5 and router 12 through virtual switch 3 is not working as expected because of a wrong access list deployed for ARP inspection on switch 3. So we need to find out it and correct it in order to make router 5 can reach the resource at one loopback interface of 12, router 12. This network, finally, router 5 should be able to reach the resource here. Okay, now all 6 demos, which include all 19 configuration tasks, have been shown to you, and the remaining 5 tasks are choice questions, and they are very easy stuff, just like the written exam in design. Our solution is far more enough to pass this exam. So if you are planning to take CCIE Security Lab exam, join us to get the full solution with every single detail. And we believe you can make it happen very soon. And here are some preparation tips. Most of them are mentioned in the previous sections. Just one thing, do the needful improvement on the familiarity of the solution, and finally configure all tasks correctly and rapidly with getting all outputs. After that, passing the exam in the first attempt will be right around the corner. The current CCIE number is 67 67,650. This is updated to July 15. And we are expecting that you will become the next one. So join us now and start your CCIE security. A new number show up on July 15. Now let's look at some security lab exam fail cases. Here are some common reasons for fails. Time management issue, which means not having enough time to finish your tasks. This is one of the most common reasons. That's why we keep asking candidates to finish all tasks within 3 hours and a half before they take the exam. Typos as well as missing configuration or configuring wrongly is another main reason for fails. Because once happened to that, candidates usually could not find out the issue and solve it in a short time. So very much time would be wasted by doing such troubleshooting. And both these two reasons are exactly due to the poor familiarity of the solution. Thus, now you know the importance of that. And once again, it is all about the familiarity of the solution, nothing more. Also, there were a few candidates failed the exam due to not 100% following our solution. And all these reasons mentioned can easily get avoided if you are 100% following our steps and solution, and it will never be that hard to achieve the pass. And here is a study plan for you, and you will get more details in the guideline files once you started the preparation with us. Your Cisco account will get updated after you pass the written exam within a couple of days, and then you can log in the schedule lab website to check the availability of exam slots. Usually they will be booked by candidates very fast, so book one according to your plan now and make it happen soon. We will be standby here for helping you. Okay, hello everyone. Once again, welcome to our live stream today. Now I am gonna show you some excellent results and the success stories of our candidates. They have passed the CCIE security lab exam smoothly with our help. That's the reason why we have gained so much trust and good comments from our candidates during the past 20 years. Let's look at some of the past reports from our candidates. As you can see, the latest one passed the exam on July 15, and these reports are kind of the best words as proofs for the good quality of our service. So type 1 in the comments and let me know you do want to copy their success. And join us, get certified with SPOTO now. Our team will reach out to you with more info. It's really nice that our CCIE candidates have given valuable feedback about our service, and we are very willing to show them here. If you have any questions or concerns about the certification process, feel free to send them here in the comments. We will help you. Okay, here are some nice comments from our candidates too, and they highly recommend us. Okay. This live stream focuses on CCIE security certification via SPOTO, dedicating to IT certification service for 20 years. Our final goal is to help you obtain the certification by providing you accurate materials, very good guidelines, and tutor support. Are you looking forward to advance your career and increase the salary? If yes, our CCIE Security Lab package is really an opportunity for you. Our plan is to help you pass this exam in 3 months or even less time, as we do have some candidates who have passed the exam around 1 month in their first attempts. Only for today's live sale, you are taking advantage of a very special discount and get the CCIE Security Lab package at $1,450, saving you $550. So do not hesitate and do not miss this chance, as the offer is time limited and will be expired in 24 hours. After that, it will be returned back to the original price, which is $2,000. So please join our group and contact our admins for the very special offer, and do not miss this chance. Okay, any question about this section? Anybody? Any questions? Alright, if you still have any other question, feel free to let me know in the comments. I am here for you. Okay, anybody have any questions? Any questions? Alright, for more questions, please join the group and ping us there. Okay, great. If you have no further questions, that's gonna be all for today. We really hope that it can be very helpful for you. If you love this stream and consider it as very useful and helpful, hit the like button, comment it, and subscribe it. Much appreciate that. If you want to know more about other IT certifications, welcome to join our group and contact our admins there. Once again, we are SPOTO, and we have been providing dedicated IT certification service for 20 years. Finally, thank you all for joining today, and I'm looking forward to helping you achieve your goals. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye.